See, I'm saying, yeah, you gotta say action, bro. Straight up.
First of all, I hope y'all can't see this candy in my mouth. Invisibility makes me think of people not responding to me when I say hello while I'm walking on 6th Street. Invisibility makes me want to disappear, cover my face, and run away. Invisibility also makes me think of angels, which I know are real. And invisibility reminds me that God does not want us to be invisible. Today, the word visible makes me want to smile, play, dance, make positive noises, and throw the football. Visible makes me want to remove litter from nature. Visible is our pretty teacher. Visible is Rick, James, Robert, Lorenzo, who are my new friends. Visible makes me feel alive and happy. Visible is chocolate and cookies.
The vision of something there, but not yet seen, as light from the morning sun, seeing the dew on the grass before it melts away, the many gestures a dancer makes. Life goes on.
Invisibility means being different in ways that do not quite fit into the mainstream of society or day-to-day life. People who experience this state of mind are not always alcoholics, drug addicts, or troublemakers. They are often people who simply cannot process the enormous amount of social change that has taken place during the last half of the 20th century.
I am, or I am that which I am, is the exact definition of Yahweh, which is the Hebrew name for God. Every human being is suffering. I am, you are, and they are. Through social conditioning and divisions we perceive ourselves of being different, we are more alike. Everyone is suffering because that pain is being shared all over the world. I witnessed a few months ago a sincere man, working human being, spending hours helping a extremely troubled homeless woman who was covered in blankets getting rained on in the cold. This man felt for this woman and could get a grasp on the extreme pain she feels. This guy saw her as a person with feelings and experience, and we all should live by this example. I am, you are, and they are. Thank you.
Do you see me? Because I can see you. Am I invisible? Alone I stand in this vast wilderness, overlooking so many possibilities. Together we should be more than hope. Do you see me? Because I can see you.
People become vulnerable to the issues of basic human rights when they become homeless. Although the United Nations mandates certain inalienable rights and boundaries, many nations and states still remain reluctant in honoring people's basic human rights when people experience homelessness. The facade that nations and states comply with the United Nations mandates on human rights is mostly only the illusion used to obtain and misuse funds which are collected and distributed in the name of human services. I would like people to see the value in myself and others in relationship to all of our basic human rights.
I was born in 1958. I grew up during the 60s and 70s when love was the norm, and my parents stayed together until they died. It was okay for women to be wives and mothers, and being homeless was almost inconceivable.
My life is centered around the arch, like a lot of people's. So the arch means transitory, homeless. This is not my home. It's what I think when I'm in here. And sometimes I do realize that the relationships that I have with the people here are transitory. They're not a long-term fixture in my life, but people come and go all the time. And when they disappear, then they're gone. They show up. They're here. I think the goal is to leave this environment and to leave homelessness and to leave. So this is transitory. So something I've fallen into and something that I will rise out of onto where I have my own private space and my own private life again.
We live now in an economic situation that breaks down human relationships. It began during the 80s when our leaders chose to break down the existing world order. I became homeless recently when my husband lost his job, and he could no longer find his way after that.
The little things like just finding a job or just taking care of your health, that type of thing, you know, that kind of comes along. But just to be able to fit into this lifestyle, this homeless lifestyle, it takes a lot of tenacity on my part. I'm used to being in kind of a different environment, yet I end up here like once every couple of years or so. You know, I guess every now and then I just roll the wrong dice, you know.
When I came into Austin, I actually had no idea that I was going to be homeless. I thought I had a place set up to start out and stay, and I thought I had a job. It ended up that neither of those things were true. It was a surprise to me. But I've been homeless before, and I knew that I could not be homeless. And so when it was apparent that I wasn't going to be living in a place that was it's been a decision of mine to, you know, get out of homelessness and not be homeless anymore.
Once I figure out that this is a community, and then I start to put things together and work with the people around me, then things start to change in my life. And that's kind of where I am right now, but things aren't quite changing, so there must be something else that I'm supposed to learn in this situation. I just will figure it out. I'll figure it out. That's all I got.